You've read the title of the video. I'm not coming to you all as a mad monk from the fifth realm of Nepal who knows and is a master of all martial arts, even Aikido. I'm coming to you as a once anxiety riddled, in on himself all the time loser. Things are different now, and I'd say the thickest pillar in my change in my life is meditation. No word of a lie. If you're a weed smoker, take this as me passing you the healthiest bong you'll ever smoke. The all giving, no taking bong. Joint, blunt, whatever. Take a smoke of these words, fellas. And this isn't me saying, get off the grass! It's just me saying, because I've been there, and this was a big thing for me, and getting off the grass. We all have it. Anxiety. That feeling in your stomach, on your chest, in your mind, warping your mind. It sucks, and let's be honest, no one wants to have it. But what if I came to you, Pastor Clever? Pastor Clever comes to you, bearing a potion that systematically allowed you to take control of your anxiety and manage it so it can no longer interfere in your day-to-day life. You would drink Pastor Clever's potion, and you would drink it so well that you would come back to my stall, my church, my chapel, the very next day, the very second you finished that bottle, and you'd look to buy all of Pastor Clever's stock. But what if Pastor Clever told you all you need is one bottle? The bottle being the words I will share in this video. We've all heard the term cortisol now, haven't we? It's everywhere in this day and age. I got off TikTok and Instagram as I've been preaching about the last while, but it's true. It's everywhere. Cortisol. But let's be honest, boys. We all know about this cortisol maxing, and because of he who shall not be named. But that person is right in coining this term. When we're stressed out, we really are not able to live to the best of our abilities and perform to the best of our abilities. And what is a big catalyst for stress? Anxiety. I have to fart. Oh, you might have heard it. How do we manage anxiety? Meditation. See what I'm getting at here? When we relax our bodies, it's a lot easier for our minds to relax. Relaxing the body is a door, a pathway to relaxing the brain. I read about the science online. I did read about it in books, but I'm just not going to take the high road and say I read it in a book, because I'm not going to be able to recall it, to be honest. I'm only off the grass about, I don't know, actually, like maybe a week and a half. What the fuck am I on about? A month and a half. Anyway, so I read online, and it really does make sense as a yogi practitioner of meditation myself. In 2013, scientists gathered about 20 cortisol maxers and put them through 4 20-minute meditation sermons, focusing on breath, bodily sensations, and thought observation. 3 very, very key things in beginner meditation. They then scanned the brains of the folks who underwent the sermon, and what the scientists found, look, I'm not, with all 20 of the maxers, and as I was saying, I'm not gonna get all fucking sciencey and fucking, your amygdala and your prefrontal cortex, shut the fuck up, lad. All 20 of these cortisol maxers had a very, very, very large reduction in anxiety. If you've made it this far into the video, fellas, don't forget to like and subscribe to the pastor. The sermons are only getting bigger and better, fellas. Get on before the chapel turns into a church, before the church turns into a monastery, and before it turns into a religion. I'm no Charlie Manson. I'm no other mad religious person trying to promote this, but let's be honest, boys. The pastor's sermons, they're enlightening. I sound like such a ball bag. Oh my god. So when I was around 16, I first decided to take the first step, to stop smoking weed, and I was a big weed smoker. I was already rivaling Snoop Dogg by I was 16. I had a year of bong smoking under my belt at this point, and see, to be honest, I was petrified. I was petrified to depart with my beloved cannabis. I couldn't imagine a world without smoking. It was a world I didn't want to live in anyway, boss. Sure enough, I fell back into the same trap a couple of times, but that's for another video, for another day. It's very easy to fall back into the same trap, boys, so if you have, don't beat yourself up about it. It was scary stuff. A world without cannabis, the 16-year-old Pastor Clever. And I was shook to the core. I were a shook one, with no time for halfway crooks. Let me know if you got that reference. A good friend of mine helped me a lot at this point. In going off the grass. One of the few things that he introduced me to was meditation. He said it was something he did and it was working for him with his anxiety and whatnot, whatever going on, and it said it helped him focus a lot too. Meditation's great for focusing, and as for someone who has terrible focusing problems on something that doesn't interest him, after I meditate, I could literally stare at a math equation and turn into wall hunting. No, I couldn't, but you know what I mean. I'm just using it as an example. You really can focus a lot better. I fit it into my routine. Not every morning, I've gotten complacent with meditation, but I still do it most days. And you're not meditation. You kind of use it as a preventative action. No, you don't really use it as a preventative action, because once you start doing it and you start getting really into it, you don't want to not do it. You know what I mean? It really is amazing. I practice the Wim Hof method. That's a great book, by the way, too, to read if you're into books. I'm keen to learn, so I gave it a try, and it was probably one of the best decisions that 16-year-old Pastor Clever ever made. For that whole month, I'd say I meditated every day, no word of a lie. And for anyone who has used weed as a crutch in their life, you know how hard it is to part ways with it, and mostly because of the fear of the unknown. We're afraid of what will be without weed, you know what I mean? And we're afraid of the withdrawal, but we're only afraid of the withdrawal because we don't really know what it is until we've taken the step. Damn! Meditation vetoed that shit for me. Not straight away, not with fees. You don't just become a fucking monk overnight after meditating once. But I promise you now, with enough time put into it and enough willpower to do so, you will genuinely level up. You're going from iron armor to diamond armor to netherite armor, and you're not even enchanting your diamond armor because you just know for a fact that there's no point in enchanting your diamond armor. You're just going straight to netherite. You've got them ingots. You've got them fucking netherite ingots already, and you've got your level 30 enchants just straight away whenever you start fucking meditating, boys. You're one step closer to fighting the Ender Dragon. So, anyway, I'm 20 years of age now, and I've experienced a similar challenge. A similar foe has reappeared, one I'm too familiar with. Hello, weed, my old friend. I did come to speak with you again. So we can deduce for Pastor Clever, his problem was the weed. It only exacerbated the pastor's anxiety. But once I stopped, I knew I had to turn into a yogi. I stopped there around, I can't remember the day. It might have been the start of April, I don't think it was in March. I think it was the start of April. So I'm a month off it now. It's great, I really do feel a lot better. Hold on. It's the only way for me to have true mental clarity. And that's one thing we need in this world, fellas, is mental clarity. Whenever I got back into meditation this time, it was with straight ease, with at ease. Very easy. Because I was once familiar with the game of meditation, and it was just picking up an old hobby. And I ask you to do the same. I want you to make a new hobby and reap the rewards down the line. As I said, it's not going to happen overnight, but it will happen eventually. The rewards are the fruits of your labour in meditation are some juicy, beautiful, ripe fruits that the whole village wants to eat, once they hear about it. I don't want to cram it all down your throat either, but just give it a try, because I guarantee you it will serve you a lot better than anxiety and stress serve you. The pastor is now going to bed. Not now, but he's getting some gameplay for tomorrow. I think we've got some Call of Duty Black Ops 1 Moon gameplay for you boys. Enjoy that shit. See you later.